Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Indie Game Showcase Awards. For previous years, we have done this beautiful presentation and showcase of indie games. So if you guys are lovers of indie games and love so much of gaming, please stay tuned and enjoy the show. But the four of us are here today to have an amazing showcase award show to award our favorite indie titles over the last couple years. We're going to show you some trailers. We're going to show you all what's it's about. But I hope you enjoyed the show because we don't have a lot of drag art on these award shows. And that's what we're here to do. We want to provide you with some beautiful glamour and hotness here on these showcases we have going up through the year. I know for myself, I love to do press conferences. I love the Game Awards. I love doing Nintendo Directs. I love it all. And I know my co-stars here love doing that as well. So please introduce yourselves and why you love to do these showcases and what it means to you and how much fun you have. Kiyoshi, would you like to start?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Kiyoshi Yorha, pansexual non-binary drag king here on Twitch, and I go by they, he pronouns. And I think like indies are just like so important. They have a lot of character and a lot of relatability, and they definitely touch our emotions in ways that other games kind of can't in a way. So I think that's why it's like super important, even to have these showcases to show them off to everyone because they deserve it.
Right. And I know that you do all of these presentations too. You like to do the Game Awards, you like to do some of the other press events. What made you start doing that? What made you start doing the co-streams of the award shows?
You are the reason. Like Kara also did it too as well. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, because like when I put together the Game Awards that we all did together, I love that each of us had like different excitements and like even like goals on like some of the games we featured, and like it's all different. Everyone has like different vibes and feels for them. So when I saw y'all doing it, and it just inspired me to do it too, because there are some games I'm also super excited for. So
Yeah, I'm very excited for the Game Awards this year. Me, Kara, and Kiyoshi are going to have some fun things planned. So if you guys do love award shows, we would love to have you over there. So Kara, can you introduce yourself and tell us why you love doing all of these shows? Because I know you're on it too, baby.
Oh
You're on
yeah,
the morning.
of course I can. For those who don't know me, I'm Kara Couture, gender fluid fashion illustrator, drag content creator, all that jazz. Um, but yeah, I started doing co-streams of the Game Awards unofficially like 2 months after I started streaming because I always watch them every year. So this was like just something fun for me to do. Like, I'm already going to be watching this. Why not just like get in a cute little mug and watch this while I'm also, live with whoever wants to watch. And I streamed to like 4 people. And we had so much fun that I was like, we're just going to do this all the time. So then I started doing Nintendo Directs and everything else too. So if there's a press event, I probably cover it.
And it's its own like love and form of like drag, and it's just such a creator that we need. I mean, I know the four of us, we do it all, we try to do as much as we can, but it's like such a creator that we need more. So that's why I loved putting on a show like this, because we definitely need some more drag excellence, maybe in person. Hopefully maybe this is the stepping stone. So if you're a booker, please book us, because we love to do it, love to be on the red carpet giving some glam.
Yeah,
And
Jeff Keighley, if you're out there watching.
I know, Jeff, please book us. We will have a good time. We'll have a good time. And a new addition to the Indie Game Showcase Awards, we have Lily Teal. Please tell us what's going on and why you like to do the Nintendo Directs. I saw you doing a Nintendo Direct, so don't even say you haven't.
Hi everyone, I'm Lily. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm a newer streamer, but I love doing crazy makeup. I love drag makeup, and I'm a trans individual. And yes, I have actually been doing some watch parties of the like game showcases. I'm mainly Nintendo Directs because I'm a huge Nintendo child. But maybe I'll get into more soon. But Nemu actually inspired me as well to start doing them because I just love to do them. And so I was like, let me do that too. So, but yeah.
I love it. I love it. We need more of it. We seriously need more of it. And also, everyone watching at home, Lily is not a black and white filter. They are actually painted up in black and white because tonight the theme was black and white award show retro glamour. So we have it all in the theme of the show tonight. We're doing it all up tonight. So in today's show, we have 7 to 8 categories. I am not good at math. So we have so many categories to go through. I'm just going to run through them and then we can go right into the first. So we have Best Design and Art Direction, Best Action and Adventure Indie Game, Best Indie Horror, Best Score and Soundtrack, Best Title of an Indie Game for Inclusivity and Accessibility, and Most Anticipated Indie Game. And then what we love to do here is we love to give an indie game the Game of the Year award for 2023 at the end of the show. And let me breathe for a second. You get to vote in the chat live for that last category and use your channel points and do whatever you want to make sure you're voting for that Game of the Year, and you get to crown the winner at the end of the show. But let us get right into the show. I would love to show you our first little trailer, and then we're going to come back after the trailer and just talk about it. So if you guys would take your attention to this first little trailer, and then I will give you the award after it, because we voted on Twitter through the Stream Queens page and we have our winners and all of the votes counted. So let's get right into this first little trailer.
For an indie game. Spiritfarer by Thunder Lotus Games. Jusant by Don't Nod. Cocoon by Geometric Interactive. Dordogne by J.E. Naseus Qua and Humanimation.
So how did you guys feel about that? And what made you guys nominate some of these beautiful games? Lily, what made you nominate Spiritfarer? I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Okay, yeah, it's Spiritfarer. I nominated Spiritfarer just because I think visually it is so impactful. I love the art direction and the colors being so vibrant, especially because if you haven't played the game, the main storyline of the game and the plot, it kind of circles around death and moving forward, and it's very sad topics, and I love how they kind of handled that theme with such beautiful and vibrant colors. And it just, the game is very emotional, and I really recommend to anyone who's likes to feel that emotion and like play games like that. I recommend it 100% because there's so much story and just character in between all the spirits and everything.
it's really beautiful. It is a friend of the Indie Game Showcase. We've had that on the channel before. It has been nominated and shown off by Kara Couture. But I chose Jusant. I think it's Jusant, whatever the pronunciation is of the text-to-speech reader I had to our nominations, because I was not going to pronounce all of that. But I thought this game was great. I love the direction. And when I saw it earlier this year, it really piqued my interest. It gives very Lara Croft tease in the like platforming, but it's very colorful and vibrant and just a breath of fresh air to some new indie games. And it's actually on Xbox Game Pass if you guys want to play that for free. Kiyoshi, what would you like to say about Cocoon and why you nominated it? It's beautiful.
Cocoon is an amazing puzzle game, and we didn't get to see it too much in the trailer, but there's a lot of like fractal and like puzzles that go into it. So it's like a realm within a realm, and it gets wild, and the puzzles with it just are so impressive and like unique that is just amazing to like hop into. And I was really impressed on how how smart and how they programmed it, because I feel like it's like really hard to do.
Right. And Kara, would you like to tell us about your nomination? Dordo, is that how you pronounce it? Would you
Yeah,
like to pronounce-
Dordogne. So
Okay. Oh,
It's just too good.
it's just too good.
So yes, perfect. It's set in France, so that's hence the pronunciation. But it kind of reminds me a little bit of if anyone out there, Studio Ghibli fans, if you've seen Only Yesterday, very similar vibes of like an adult woman kind of reminiscing about her childhood. But what I love about it is that all of the backgrounds were traditional hand-done watercolor paintings that they threw into an animation software and programmed and like did all of the visuals inside of it. So you're playing through actual artwork the whole game.
It looks like it. It is
It's so
seriously
cool.
so beautiful. I love all of these games, but we do have to pick a winner. And from the Twitter polls, we have our winner of Best Design and Art Direction going to Spiritfarer. So claps for that, friend of the pod, very reminiscent of this game and happy to see it's winning an award.
Rightfully so.
Yes.
Brought to you by Stream Queens Con and us4. So we are going to go right into the next category, and this is the structure of tonight's show. But we're going to go right into the Best Action and Adventure Indie Game.
Here are the nominees for Best Action and Adventure Indie Game. Have a Nice Death by Magic Design.
They're just terribly comfortable.
Enguard by Fireplace Games.
Here's for you. I can do this all day.
My plan will give this kingdom unparalleled greatness.
No challenge can stand up to Adalia de Blanc.
Taya by Oseb. Ember Knights by Doom Turtle.
Alrighty. So this is live TV, y'all. So we are giving it to you. So do not mind the little interruptions, the little issues we're having. But we are trying to run the show to the best of our abilities and give you the best show possible. So let's talk about the best action and adventure indie games. Let's talk first about Have a Nice Death. Kara, would you like to talk about this game and why you nominated it?
Of course I would. So anybody out there who knows me knows I absolutely loved Hades. And this game kind of scratches that same itch. It's got really great writing. It's another roguelite, very fun combat, really in-depth mechanics and weapon systems that you constantly are switching in and out. And it takes the idea of what if death and the afterlife was run like a corporate office. So it's very funny. I love it a lot. It's got a lot of charm.
Yes, and friend of the pod, Gearbox, actually is responsible for some of the stuff going on in that game. And so we love you, Gearbox. Thank you so much. But let me talk about Enguard for a second. So this was revealed, I think, earlier this year at one of the showcases. And I got to tell you, the colors and the combat really spoke to me. I'm a hack and slash girly. So seeing this game, I just really resonated with it. I haven't been able to pick it up yet, but I have been watching videos and gameplay videos, and I would love to do so. But this game is something I love to see in an indie game. I love to see color. I love to see action. And I am really excited to hopefully stream it soon. So if you guys want to see me stream that, let me know. But let's go into the next one, nominated by Kiyoshi. Would you like to tell us about, want to pronounce it for me?
Chia. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, our TTS bestie really tried their best. But
Yeah, they're really
Chia.
trying it. Listen, I put this together last night, overnight.
Yeah.
So there's a little errors there here and there. But tell us about this
They-
beautiful game.
Yeah, Chia is amazing, which was also featured on the Stream Queens Con Indie Game Showcase before.
Yes.
And I had the pleasure to try it out, and it is just wonderful because it is so fluid. You can transform into other objects and even turn into a cat, and it's so cute. And from there, it's just a wonderful adventure, or even like traumatic adventure, if anything, of trying to like save your father. And it is just so fluid, and the combat is actually surprisingly intricate. And I just flew it. That's all I can really say about it, really.
Very comfy looking game. I love the looks of it. Very colorful. I love some color. So, Lily, would you like to tell us about Ember Knights? I've never heard of this one. Please tell me more.
Yeah, so this game is actually I believe it's still pretty new. I think it came out like late last year. And I played it around release. It was super fun. They're still doing updates. There's always new weapons, new items, and new like I guess realms you go into, and the story is like constantly evolving. It's a roguelike, like Kara nominated. I love roguelikes. I think they're super fun, and they're always like a lot of replayability. And I just love how in-depth all of the weapons and the different items can like change your game. There's also spells. Like there's just so much, and I think for action, it really hits the nail on the head.
It looks super cute.
Yeah, it is really cute.
I'm not going to be fake to you. I am not a big fan of 2D games, but it does remind me a lot of Spiral Knights, which is another little indie game. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So let's get right into the votes. This is actually an interesting one. We have the first time in Indie Showcase history, we have a tie for the winner of Best Action and Adventure Indie Game. So we have the winners are Have a Nice Death and Chia. Congratulations.
Yay!
We award you our double winners.
Okay, double win.
Yes, it's very deserving. Those games super cute. Every nominated game tonight is very deserving, and that's why we want to showcase it to you guys. But wow, that is a first here on the channel. That is
awesome.
So fun. Alrighty, so we're gonna go right into the next one. Sorry, y'all are gonna see me in the back end doing all this. Okay, making sure the show is right in check. So we're gonna go right into our next nominations of the Best Indie Horror Game. So please, if you are scared, hold on to your pants. Don't pee your pants. And watch the trailers.
Here are the nominees for Best Indie Horror. Stray by Blue 12 Studio. After Dream by Jesse McKinnon. Homebody by Game Grumps. My Friendly Neighborhood by Dread XP.
Alrighty, those are our Best Indie Horror nominations. So I hope nobody peed their pants while you guys were watching those trailers, but they are indie horror. I feel like indie horror games have a lot of charm to them, and they're a little more on the safer side. I haven't seen a gruesome, like terrifyingly brutal indie horror game, but that's what I love so much about indie games, is that they have so much charm and they really like resonate with so many people, because AAA games nowadays, they're just really just the machine that just keeps operating, and there's no love and nothing put into it nowadays. There's a few, but it's very far in between. So let us talk about our nominations. So Lily selected Stray, a very popular indie game, was actually nominated for the Game Awards Game of the Year last year. So tell me, what made you love Stray so much to nominate it, Lily?
Yeah, so like you were saying, I think indie horror is just done so differently in a way that it doesn't have to just be scary. I think indie horror is always like you doing a unique perspective. Sorry, I can't speak. And I think Stray does that really well. It's very like unsettling and weird, but also you go through the game as a really cute, adorable cat. And the world is very unique and different from I feel like what we see in like a typical indie horror, but it's so beautifully designed and there's a lot of like fun little like puzzles and how you get through the game. But it does have some like unsettling tones, which I love.
Yeah, it was definitely deserving of its Game of the Year nomination. I really wanted it to win, but we are fine with it just being an iconic classic. I hope there's some DLC on the horizon. I hope there is some more content. And I like to look at the mods for the game. I like to see like people made like Garfield and like Pyro. And it's also really interesting. The cat is a real life cat. I don't know if they are with us anymore, but we love the representation of the real life kitty, and like we love them. So we love Stray. But let's talk about After Dream, and I think that was nominated by you, Kiyoshi, correct?
No, that was me.
My bad. I got everything right here except for that.
Yeah, I'm
like to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure more than happy to talk about it. So After Dream, I love a solo dev project. I think it's so impressive when it's one person doing the entire thing top to bottom, and that's what this is. It's great if you're like wanting like a kind of a short bite of horror. It's about 4 hours long, but it really kind of crosses this like really interesting place of Fatal Frame, a little bit of Silent Hill, and it reminded me a little bit of Detention, which we talked about last year during the Indie Game Show. But it's real trippy. I also honorable mention to RuPaul that got kept in the trailer there, sitting at that little table in his little red suit.
Yeah, he just came on the screen.
But like I love this game so much. It's so cool. The puzzles are well done. It really messes with your head a lot too. So highly recommend.
I definitely get the Silent Hill vibes. I definitely get that tease from that game. That one does look a little scary. I did have to cut around all of the scary stuff in that game. But I hope you guys enjoy that one. I will not be doing it, especially because RuPaul's in it and RuPaul scares me. That's
scary.
Jump scare. But okay, so let's talk about Homebody now. That was nominated hopefully by you, Kiyoshi.
Yeah, I could take this one. Yeah, Homebody, honestly, I have to thank Doladar for forwarding over to me because I watched her play it and it was amazing. I ended up playing it to myself, and there are definitely scary elements, and similar to what you said, Nem, it's a little more palatable. It's not super scary, but there is still an overwhelming eeriness to it. And the puzzles in particular are really, again, I focus a lot on puzzles because that's what I love about a lot of these games. They're very intricate, and there's definitely a certain way you have to go about these, and it just feels good when you do solve them. And then even then, being chased by a scary big-nosed monster that progressively gets scarier.
Yeah, baby, I saw Deer play this game on stream, and sis was struggling with the puzzles, so I'm happy to watch it from afar. I did gag when it said the Game Grumps had a hand in making this, which I thought was interesting. And you can take a note at who develops the game in the little narration if you peek it up a little bit, but I did that just so we can give credit to the creators and who's making the games. But I nominated friend of the pod Dread XP's My Friendly Neighborhood, and Kiyoshi and we met them at, I think it was PAX West, PAX East. We met the developers.
Yeah.
Very charming, very queer friendly, which is, we all celebrate that. We love when there is some queer friendly creators here in the gaming space, because I was just on the women's panel and we were talking about it and how there's not a lot of nice people sometimes behind the scenes. So it is very refreshing to see that. But this game, I like it because it is a different take on horror. It takes the unconventional idea of puppets and that fear of like the doll-like personas and puts it into more of a weird and wacky kind of like more fantasy type of horror game. So I nominated for that reason. I did not finish the game, but I did play almost 99% of it. So, but let's get right into the winners. This one does not have a tie, so we are
Ooh.
different. Can't believe we got a tie. But the winner of the Best Indie Horror nominated by us and presented by Stream Queens Prawn is Stray. Congratulations to Stray. Love that game. Very
Well
iconic.
deserved.
It's Stray. You need to, because it is serious. It made me cry.
Mm-hmm.
But congratulations to Stray and the developers. And we hope you love our little show we put together here. So our next one is a very fun category, and I loved putting this one together. So we're gonna go through the best score and soundtrack. So for this section, I want you guys to turn up your volume a little bit. I want you to immerse yourselves in the score, the soundtrack, the music, the elegance. This section is a little longer, but I wanted to keep in all of the beautiful music for you guys to hear with your ears.
Here are the nominees for Best Score Soundtrack. Melatonin by Half Asleep. Cassette Beasts by Bitten Studio.
Your fingers and toes have turned ice cold. Oh no, there's nothing up your sleeve this time. With all of
Let's
my
go.
might, I'll shut your
TOEM by Something We Made. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk by Team Reptile.
Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that little music section. So let's dive right into it and let's discuss a couple of things. So best score and soundtrack. Nominated Melatonin was Lily, correct? Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right in that?
Yes.
I gotta check. Tell me why you nominated this game and what made you nominated for best score and soundtrack. It seems like a beautiful rhythm game.
Yeah, so one of my besties actually showed me this game. It has so many things I love. It has pastels, like pretty colors. It has more like, it's more of a lo-fi kind of game, and I think that's like really fun and cozy. And I don't feel like we see a lot of that, especially in rhythm games. But it has more elements besides just being like a classic rhythm game. There's a lot of like unique levels and puzzles that make it like stand out in my eyes. But yeah, I just love the lo-fi and coziness of it. It just feels so new for like rhythm games especially, and it's just so cute.
It's really cute. I think it's been a friend of the pod. I think we talked about it one of these years. I
Yeah.
remember hearing about it. It's a good game. So let's talk about Cassette Beasts. And I know for a fact that was nominated by Kara.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, if anyone knows me, you also know I love a good monster catching game with turn-based combat. So Cassette Beasts really falls into that. And I love that instead of like catching your monsters in a Pokeball or some device or whatever, what you do in the game is you essentially are recording them onto cassettes for like your little Walkman. And then you fuse with your party members to become different ones. So the entire soundtrack had this really like late 80s, early 90s synthwave dance track vibe, and it's so good. So good. Love it so
Can you
much.
define for the chat what a Walkman is? Oh, that takes you back. Do you know what it is?
Oh my god. I mean, it is before my time, but back in the day when they would have, not MP3 players, not iPods, not even CD players, you'd have your little device that you put your little cassette into, and you would just go to town.
Damn right. That's like nowadays everybody's like, is a GameCube retro gaming? I'm like, yeah, mama. Like, there's a lot of things that are just outgrown their time. So please, we need to allow. Some people don't even know what a GameCube is. That's a whole other conversation.
That's rotted.
Yeah, that's like they're like, what game is this? I'm like, girl, stop. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about Tome, not TOEM. Really botching the pronunciations of some of these, but I tried to make it elegant and make it sound like a real announcer. But please,
No, I love it.
Tell us more about this black and white game fitting the theme of tonight's
Yeah, we didn't even decide the outfit until then. But Toem is a Swedish game, and actually one of my community members, I like fighting games, like gifted to me, and I'm so happy that they did, because the scoring and the music in the game is just amazing and very like motivating and calming. And that's something that's really nice about the game, because basically the objective of the game for Toem is basically just to explore and just take pictures of stuff and get stamps, and then to move on to the next place. And I'm actually familiar with the some of the artists, Jamal Green. They actually did some music on another puzzle game called Sidesable, also another great game I reviewed on YouTube, and Launchable Socks. They also did just a great job in creating a music atmosphere that wants you to stay and feel calm and take pictures while you play the game. And so it's really nice.
It's really cute. I like the little monkey that comes on the screen, and I like taking a picture of him. Lots of like little games in this category that seem related to a certain Nintendo game that starts with P-O-K-E. Like this one's a little snap, the other one's a little something. Very good relations here. Okay, so I nominated Bum Rush Cyberpunk, and rightfully so, because I love the street, like graffiti, Jet Set Radio vibes. There's a lot of tea with this game. I don't know what the whole tea of it is, because I know Jet Set Radio was supposed to, I don't know if you guys know the tea. I think there was supposed to be like a sequel, and then these developers were like, nah, we're going to do this. Something's going on there. And you guys can probably look it up to figure out what the tea is. But this game is pretty iconic. There's already mods for the game. You can do a lot. You can change your character to Toadette, like in Toad, and skate around, have a good time. It's available on Steam. But if you guys loved Jet Set Radio, this is definitely a grab you should get. It just came out this year, I think.
Yep.
The developers had a good time with it and said it's really been a labor of love, and it shows with the music, with the gameplay, with everything involved with this game. I'm really in love with it. And I got gifted this game, and I haven't touched it. So after today, I will go into it.
It's really good. This was almost my nominee for art direction because of the graffiti alone.
No, seriously. So before we go to the little award, let's just talk more about why we love doing these game shows, because we do have a little time here. So what really inspires you besides me? Because I know you guys said inspires a lot. You inspired a lot of you, but what do you want to see more of in this like little category of the internet? What do you want to see besides more drag people? And like, what do you want to see in some of these game shows? Do you want to see more people on? Just elaborate on what you would like to see more of. Lily?
Yeah, I mean, you've touched on this plenty of times. I want to see looks. I want to see more women presenting these shows. I want to see trans people presenting these shows. Like, I just need like freshness. A lot of the presenters, it's like they're being held there to do it. And it's like, can we get some like joy, some love for this? Like,
yeah, you're on a show. Have a good time.
Have fun. And I feel like that's what we're missing a lot of times. And I think that's why it makes Twitch like co-streaming and like watch parties of these showcases so fun, is because we give our own unique perspectives, and we like to elevate it and like actually like have fun with the show and what we're watching.
Right. And I think that I think I would be pleased with the opportunity and have a great time, especially if y'all came along with me, some other for creators. But I think what is the perfect mix is doing it with our communities and having a good time at our houses and really having our own say in it. Because I think a lot of it would not really like we wouldn't be able to stream it. We would be there just for the one thing, and then we wouldn't be able to really do a lot, which I would love to do. But I do love being able to completely do it at my house and have the freedom of whatever I want to do. So I want to see more drag and some more of my friends doing these co-streams because they're always a good time. But Kara, what do you want to see more of? Maybe in the Game Awards coming up? What do you want to see? What's going on?
Well, specifically, I want to see actual more footage of Hades too.
Oh, okay, wake it up.
Period.
Um,
Speak on it.
But also maybe this is just me being like slightly selfish, but I would love to be almost like a Grammy girl, like the ones that like just stand on
me
stage with the
too.
award,
They're like-
and they just stand there and they serve, they just stand there, hold their little trophy, they give it to the person, and then they escort them off the stage, and that's all they have to do. They just have to be pretty, and I can do that.
Oh, Mama, you look it tonight. This outfit, we gotta
Thank
give it
you.
up for the dress, give it up for the outfit. Like, you need to be booked and wear that to the Game Awards. They need to overnight fly you to in that dress.
Truly.
Like, that's the sick thing. Yoshi, what do you want to see more of in the upcoming months for these award shows, maybe games, or maybe just some people on stage?
Yeah, honestly, y'all like pretty much hit the nail in the coffin. I want to see more diversity, essentially, trans people, people of color, and like hosting these things, as well as like just the only thing I will take from like the technical side of everything is like when it comes to these nominees, maybe like more games, especially indie games, because I've just seen so many of like the same game in just about every category.
Right.
It's great, rightfully deserved, but I'm sure there's more games out there that could also fill that spot too. So
Yeah, I agree.
that's something
Absolutely. I know over the years we've seen deserving people get multiple nominations, but then when does it come a point of, okay, we need to celebrate some more developers? I think that was why so many people really wanted Stray to win Game of the Year, because it was an indie company and it was something so fresh. And unfortunately, this year, I don't think we have a lot of that because there were so many AAA games with blockbuster titles that really just shined, and we didn't really get to see some of these hidden gems that we're showcasing here today. But I agree with everything said here. We definitely need some more trans people on stage. You know what we need to see less of? We need to see less of some random like shoes out of nowhere.
Yes!
And these like ripped up pants. You're at an award show, honey. You need to dress the part. I think we
Give us a
can
look,
look appropriate,
honestly.
but like we just like we need to a little more glamour, like a little more like let's boost it a little bit.
yes.
Do you agree?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with me,
100%.
like Christopher Judge's looks for the Game Awards the last few years, that's been like my standard for men.
Right,
These-
right.
And if you're not, Ben Starr too. Ben Starr's been putting some cute looks together for awards season. So it's like, if you're not at that level, if you're not putting that effort in, like I don't want to see jeans and some Nikes. And I know we're going to, and I know I'm gonna be mad about it.
I know, and that's the thing too. Yo, go ahead, Koshi. Go.
I edited the video of us like showing or like co-hosting the Game Awards last year, and that was one thing that we all did. We all stared at his shoes of like, Jeff, we gotta get you some like fancy shoes or something, because that was not great.
No, and you know what I also want to see less of? I want to see less of these people getting on stage.
Yes. Oh my god.
That is so inappropriate and unclassy. Where is the decorum? Where is the class? Like, that is so inappropriate every year. And you can tell Jeff it's only at the Game Awards too, because it's such a big event of the year. I'm sure it happens some other places, but unfortunately Jeff has to deal with it, which makes me upset. But yeah, we need to see less of that, and we need to see more glamour. There was no glamour at the Game Awards last year, except for that one girl, the girl that does the pre-show, and she has the hair.
Oh, yes,
and,
absolutely.
She's the only woman that ever does it. And I'm like, we need more girlies on stage so we can have some more glamour.
Glam it up.
Where is that at? So
No glamour at Game Awards.
no glamour at Game Awards. So we definitely got a little tangent here, but I wanted to have a little discussion. And we are going to talk about the winner of Best Score and Soundtrack, voted on Stream Queens Net Twitter. Thank you all so much for voting and everybody putting in a vote in for all of these categories. We really appreciate you. And the Best Score and Soundtrack goes to Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Yes!
Yay.
Thank you guys so much for voting for that. I appreciate it. But Now we are going to go into the next category and show you the best indie title for inclusivity and accessibility.
Here are the nominations for Best Indie Title with Inclusivity and Accessibility. Lil Gator Game by Mega Wobble. Thirsty Suitors by Outlook Games.
Love stories always end badly.
Ours doesn't.
No, not ours. But ours isn't a story. It's even better. It's real life.
Haven
At worst?
by The Game
I killed him.
Bakers.
Whoa, you. What? If that's what it takes not to go back, I'll do it.
Frog Song by Frog Team Games.
Oh, quite the cutoff there. I guess I didn't add a transition. Excuse me. Mama, I tell you, I did this last night. Like, I literally edited this whole video for you guys last night. I hope you guys are enjoying the little showcase and the little thing I did for this show. I really wanted it to be a labor of love because I love
you did a
this
great
every
job.
year. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. So this category I really wanted to include because I know they do this at all the award shows, and I really just wanted to celebrate some more queer-based games, people that aren't afraid to go with diversity. And it's so important to have diversity in video games and visibility and so much accessibility in video games nowadays. We've really come a long way from the settings tab being just subtitles and brightness. We've come a long way for queer and diversity in video games, and we still have a long way to go, but it is important to have visibility in these categories. So let's quickly, actually not quickly at all, because I really want to talk about these games and their inclusivity, so don't feel rushed. But let's talk about Little Gator Game. And Lily, why did you nominate this game? And what is accessible and inclusive about this game?
Yeah, so I didn't play this game on stream. I actually played it around release, off stream, and I played it with my partner. And it is a like love story to being a child and being a kid. And I didn't really like notice this at first when I was playing through the game, but the game is centered around kind of like a non-binary, like they them world. Like you are creating your own story and you are finding out your own identity. And like when I realized that, like the more I played, I was like, oh my gosh, like it's literally just like growing up and it's like finding yourself. And not to mention, it's literally so adorable. And it has some really like just sweet stories. And all the characters have their own like unique personalities. And yeah, it made me cry. Genuinely, like it made me bawl when I finished it. And I want to replay it again, but I know I'm gonna cry again. But yeah, I just love seeing it. Such a subtle way to touch on LGBTQ people. And I love that. I think it was beautiful.
It's really, I've actually have it in my Steam library. A lot of our
play it.
shared games, we have literally the same like taste in like these really cutesy indie games.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to play it. But let's talk about Thirsty Suitors. Kiyoshi, I am really excited to play this game because of your comments on it, and thank you for finally giving me the push to play it. But I have been excited for this game ever since the announcement was made. And also something interesting about this game is that it was hot dropped. I was gagged when they released it. Literally, I think it was like a week after they posted a trailer. It came out very abruptly, but I'm so glad it's out and I've heard it's very good. So please tell us about the inclusivity and accessibility of Thirsty Suitors.
Well, I mean, as you could tell from the trailer, there's a lot of brown people, there's a lot of black people, and it's like it's just amazing. You play as this character that is South Asian, and it tells stories about like parenting or even coming out, because you play as a bi character in like Asian communities or even like POC communities and family households, and these struggles that come with that. It touches on so many other subjects on top of that as well. households that reject their queer children, um, people that go through anxiety, depression, and all that. It is, and the music's great. There's just a lot of love that goes into it, and there's definitely also some accessibility. There's everything, just nearly everything is like subtitled. There are functional accessibility where you don't have to like tap on certain things. Some things are automated so you can focus on the story. And yeah, it's the most inclusive. I feel like you could probably argue that there's not white people in the game, but what games feature mostly just brown people or
Right.
black people? So
Period.
No, it's seriously like ever since the first trailer dropped of this game, I was like, we're playing it. Can you tell me more about the gameplay in this game, just for some people that really want to play it? 'Cause it looks like it's a rhythm game for the most part, or what's that about? Tell me about it.
So it's honestly just a turn-based game, but there's other elements on top of that, like the little mini games, which I really love. The cooking aspect as well is just amazing, and also made me cry, surprisingly. I cried three times in this game. And basically there's the combat situations where you fight your exes or even like suitors, and there's basically I would probably say it's like a Paper Mario situation where you have to hit certain buttons in order to do bonus damage, and that's what like the rhythm aspect kind of looks like. But other than that, like that's pretty much like the combat in the game and the mechanics.
It's so colorful, not only in the gameplay, but for the diversity. I have never seen, and someone can fight me on it, but I've never seen a predominantly POC game. And like seriously, I don't think there's I mean, we could deep dive it, but it doesn't look like there's one white person, and it's just very important that we need more of that. And I know there's so many people online that were excited about this game for that reason, because they felt represented, and I feel like we need more of that. And more of us white people need to use our voice to help with that. We need to use our voice to get more diversity and inclusivity, because if we just don't, then we're just going to be stuck with, you know, nobody in these games. So it's important as a supporter to use our voices as well. And the diversity in that game is crazy. Like, I'm so excited to play it. Also, it is on Xbox Game Pass if you guys are looking to play it. So you can play it, get your $1 subscription for Xbox Game Pass and play that game for $1. Finesse the system, honey. So my nomination was Haven, and Haven came out, I think, 3 years ago now, which is crazy to think. I remember it coming out so long ago. Me and Kara were kikiing about it. We this game was one of our faves. So, and I think it's been a friend of the channel for the Indie Game Showcase, but they did release an update last year that made the choose two lovers you want to play as, and it's a free update for the game, so you can play the love story with how you feel represented. So that is exactly why I nominated this game, because I think diversity in MLM relationships and women and lesbians and honestly, in the straight relationship in the game, you could also identify with that as like maybe even a trans person, because you know, like some relationships that are queer do look straight on the outside, but on the inside they are queer. So it is very important. I think this game is very beautiful, and the music is something beautiful, and I'm so happy it's getting a little nomination, and I hope you guys pick it up and play it, because the gameplay is really cute. They fly around, clean stuff up, and the romance, oh, they get real nasty in that game too. They get really creepy sometimes. I'm telling you, they make out on the counter, they sleep, they make dirty jokes. So if you guys are into that, definitely pick that game up. It is a really good one to play. So our last nomination is Frog Song. So please tell me more about that, Sarah.
Yes, so I've been excited about this game since the Wholesome Direct. I think it was earlier this year, it was in that. But you play as a canonically non-binary frog named Chorus, and like there's specifically a line where they introduce themselves and they say, "Hi, I'm Chorus. My pronouns are they, them." It's very cute. But there's other like queer frogs in the game that are just like casually queer. And one of my favorite things about it, which I've never seen a game do this, they have in the options like a content warning toggle. And so you can set it, and I was like, let's just see what this is. And when every time you go into any conversation, whether it is plot, whether it is a side conversation, anything, if there is anything that could potentially be triggering, it comes up and it gives you the option of, if you want to engage with this, you can proceed, or you can say, you know, if it's plot, you can skip the cutscene and you'll get like a summary that takes the content stuff out. and they could be triggering. But like there's a side conversation with a character that like there's an accidental misgendering moment. So if you don't want to participate in that, you don't have to. I did, and it's a very funny conversation, and it's like kind of sweet in a way, but it's but like it's just really cute. It's very wholesome, very very cozy. So, and it's frogs. And who doesn't love
Yes,
frogs?
it's so cute. The art style is amazing. Shout out to Wholesome Direct because we do love Wholesome Direct. Every year they do a show like we are doing tonight and they show off some games from the indie titles. And every year they release a t-shirt and all of the funds go to charity. So it's a good way to support this stream. We don't have a shirt for you guys today, maybe next year, but it's a beautiful direct. So shout out to Wholesome Direct. We love them over there. But Frog Song looks amazing. It's also important that they do those content warnings. I know some other games nowadays have that. I know Dead Space had it, very gruesome warnings and trigger warnings right before stuff happens. So I'm glad we're moving in a direction that is happening because it's important to have stuff like that, just because we are in a society that so many things are changing and we need to change with the times and we need to learn and educate ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty great. So let's give our award away to the winner of Best Indie Title for Inclusivity and Accessibility, and the award goes to Thirsty Suitors.
Yay.
Congratulations. Very deserved. Very amazing game. If you have Xbox Game Pass, please go pick that game up and support, because we definitely need some more people of color as a main series in our gaming community, because it is an amazing game. I'm so excited for people to hopefully learn it from the show today. So we're gonna go in to the final two categories, which are the big ones. I am so excited for these categories, and I hope you guys get immersed in the music and the trailers. But our next category is the most anticipated indie game. So none of these games are out, and we are going to be doing some trailers, and I hope you guys get hyped as much as we are for these categories. And all of the votes for the final one after this will be the game of the year, and you guys will be voting live in the chat for that. So stay tuned for that. But right now we're gonna go into the most anticipated indie game of the next coming years.
The nominees for most anticipated indie game are Palworld by Pocket Pair, Replaced by Sad Cat Studios, Haunted Chocolatier by Eric Barone, Beastie Ball by Wishes Ult,
All right, isn't that a fun category? I'm so excited for these games to come out. Very excited, and I hope you guys are excited as well So let's talk about these most anticipated indie games. I mean, next year, I think we should just do a Pokemon parody panel of all the games we
Yes.
love that are very
Please.
Literally.
parody based, because we have lots of those in here today. But let me tell you, Pokemon's a great game and we all love it here. So I nominated Pal World, and I know what you guys are thinking when this game was first showed off. Nemesis, you were very angry and said this is not a
Literally.
so maybe I'm a hypocrite a little bit, but it does look very, very cute, very promising, and very intriguing. So I'm very excited to see how it turns out. I hope it's not $60, because I would love to pick it up, and we need to stop releasing games for, like $100 a pop. We can wake that up and talk about that. But yeah, I'm very excited for this game. I nominated it because I know a lot of people are excited for it, and I would love to play it. I see there's a lot of I'm really into farming sims recently for some reason. I'm really just loving I literally am playing 5 farming sims right now, and I my times every day. I don't know what it is. It just gets a itch out of me. I just love it. But I am really excited for this. It looks like there's farming, there's combat, there's exploration, there's Pokemon catching, little companions that are super cute. It looks like violence, putting your Pokemon or whatever pals to labor.
It looks goofy as hell.
Yeah, so it looks very interesting. So that's why I nominated it. But let's talk about Replaced. Replaced is the next one in the video. So Kiyoshi, that was you, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
tell us more about this game and what are you excited for about it?
honestly, I do not know what the gameplay is. Also, the transition between Pal World into Replaced was seamless. I was like, is this still Pal World?
I know, I kind of aimed with the last couple of categories.
You really did. You did. But yeah, I have no idea what it is, but the art style took me in. It's like a sprite work 2.5D, and the animation for it just looks amazing. It's also pretty much, it looks like it's set in a kind of post-apocalyptic cyber world ish, and it looks pretty action based. And basically when we saw it, I think in the Game Awards, if I remember correctly, the pre-show games, it just looked amazing. And I really want to get my hands on that for sure.
Yeah, also y'all need to tune into the pre-show for the Game Awards, because that's usually where the indie games are at, and they got some good grabs in there. When I tell you some of my favorite things were in the pre-show of last year's Game Awards, so make sure you're tuning into that. And the Game Awards is on Thursday, so you'll see a majority of us streaming that after this showcase. We got a lot of holiday season showcases, so hope to see you guys there. But this game looks, I'm not usually a side scroller pixely 2D girl, but this, I don't know, something about it, the music, the game, it looks like that's probably going to be gameplay. I would be shocked if it's not. And the visuals are pretty iconic, so
yeah,
props to whoever made this game. But let's talk about the next game, and that is Haunted Chocolatier. So please tell me about Haunted Chocolatier.
Yeah, so as a Stardew Valley obsessed freak, I am literally so excited for this game. Eric is such a creative and talented game creator. He created Stardew Valley alone, and I know that he's going about that with Haunted Chocolatier as well, at least for the main bulk of it until it's released. And I'm just excited to see what it is about and dive more into it, because I know it's going to be even weirder, and it seems like it's going to be a lot more spooky with the normal elements of farming. And I know that he's learned a lot too from the first game. I'm expecting to see a lot more diversity, hopefully. But yeah, I'm just super excited for this. I'm obsessed with it. I can't wait.
So tell me that again. It's by the same person that made Stardew Valley?
Yes. So I know you won't be buying it.
Oh! I mean, I'm on a farming kick, so maybe I'll pick it up when it comes out. But I know this is very anticipated. I know a lot of people are excited about it. I know so many people are obsessed with Stardew, and I like this one has a little bit more of horror, has a little darker approach. And it should be very exciting. And I know you and Kara were fighting to nominate this one. It's a very good one. But Kara, please tell us about Beastie Ball and why you nominated it and what you're excited for.
Yes, well, I actually was not fighting to nominate Haunted Chocolatier because I famously do not like farming sims. But Beastie Ball, on the other hand, is made by the new studio that has been put together by the team that brought us Stream Queens Con 2 Indie Game of the Year winner, Chicory: A Colorful Tale. So it's Same director, same music team. I'm so excited for this. It's basically Pokemon, but what if it was, volleyball? And so you have these little creatures that live in the woods and in the surrounding areas, and when they have conflict in the wild, they play Beastie Ball to sort it out. And so there's like internal mechanics with all of the different beasties you can collect and the relationships they would have in their like natural biomes and their natural kind of symbiotic relationships. Some might be best friends, some might be rivals, and that affects how they will work together on the field in gameplay. So I'm really excited for it. It's really charming, and if it's anything like the last couple of games I've played from Greg Lobanov, I'm gonna cry. So I can't wait.
We love a good cry. This looks really cute. Very excited because it is made by one of the Game Award Indie Game Showcase. We have a working title. We're an award show now. We're growing pains. We were just a showcase. Now we're an award show because it is fun to give these guys awards, and we love to show them all off. So very excited for this game. I know it was at one of the recent shows. I forget what it was at, but I remember seeing it. Maybe Wholesome Direct.
Summer Game Fest during Day of the Devs.
Perfect. That's exactly it. I mean, there's so many game shows during the summer. I just put them all together, except for E3 anymore. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and pull our winner for most anticipated indie game. And by a landslide, it is Haunted Chocolatier. No shock there for the Stardew fans.
No,
I hope you guys are
not a
happy
gag.
with that. So most anticipated indie game goes to Haunted Chocolatier, and shout out to Eric Barone. I hope this game goes flawlessly. But now we are here for the big one. This is going to be our Game of the Year presented by Stream Queens Con, Indie Game of the Year, Indie Showcase, Indie Award Show winner. And what you do to award this one is going to be voting with your channel points in chat while the trailers and the conversations after it happen. We will award a winner after you guys vote live in the chat. So please be clicking using channel points and whatever, but let's see the nominees. You guys will see the nominees for the first time ever and watch this beautiful extended trailer of these nominations for Game of the Year.
Stream Queens Con presents the nominations for Indie Game of the Year 2023. Smushy Come Home by Some Humble Onion. Thirsty Suitors by Outlook Games. Sea of Stars by Sabotage Studio. Coral Island by Stairway Games.
My bad, you guys. All right. Welcome back, everybody, after our beautiful trailer showcase for the Indie Game of the Year. So, everybody, you are eligible to vote for which one you think deserves the Indie Game of the Year 2023. It is our third year doing this, so it'll be our three-time winner. We did not do it the first year of Stream Queens Con, so please vote now with channel points and whatever is accessible in the chat. But we're going to talk about the games, and we will award the winner after we do so. So let's talk about Smushy Come Home, please. Lily, tell me about this game. I already know about it because I was going to nominate it for Game of the Year, but you tell me about it. What's the tea?
Yeah, so I mean, as you can tell by all my nominees, I love like wholesome, cute, and cozy games. Like there's clearly a trend. This game was so fun. It's a beautiful world, and not only is it like fun gameplay wise, it's also like educational. You learn about like different types of mushrooms, and you go throughout the world, and there was so much like different worlds that I was like not ready for like how cute and like almost simple it felt. I was kind of surprised and shocked at all the new stuff that kept coming every like turn I went down. I love the little customization. You unlock little different mushroom caps as you play.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of different little puzzles. There's really cute story and funny dialogue that had me literally kicking my feet and giggling. But yeah, I just think it is such an adorable little game, and it has like so many just good qualities to it.
It's really cute. I was seriously about to vote for this one. Like I really wanted to.
Oh,
I
you're
know
not now?
the developer is very avid on TikTok and a very great supporter of the LGBT community. So
Mhm.
we stand Smushy Come Home. It is a very cute exploration game. If you guys are looking to get it, it's available on Steam. And is it available on Switch? Do you know?
I think so. I played it on Steam, but I think it's on Switch too.
I think it's literally like a one person I think it's
Yeah.
one person making the entire game. So it is a beautiful passion project. And if you want to vote for it for the winner of the Game of the Year for 2023, you can vote for that right now. But let's talk about Thirsty Suitors, double nominee, deserving.
Yeah.
Tell us why you nominated this for Game of the Year for the Indie Game Showcase Awards. Kiyoshi.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, in like inclusivity, it's a whole bunch of brown and black like POC folks in the game. There's also like I didn't get to talk. I forgot to talk about it, but there's also size inclusivity as well. We have plus size people that are in there as well. Or I say we, like I'm in the game. There is there's plus size characters in there, and I mentioned earlier that I did cry in it. There's just like there's so many things that touch into it. Where it talks about like being accepted by parents and whatnot. Also the generational struggles in between Asian households or even POC households, where you oftentimes, as children of these POC households, we try to get their approval on things, but then they don't give us praise or whatnot, because if they do, you won't strive for more. And it's like somehow they are able to incorporate that into the game, and that alone just like has definitely put it in as, if anything, a personal nominee for sure. But either way, it's still like a really great game.
And you can play it for $1 right now on Xbox Game Pass. I mean, I don't see why you would
Provided.
not. Like, it's a great deal and a great game. Like, come on now. Let's talk about Sea of Stars. And Kara, why did you nominate this gorgeous game? It looks very similar to other games that are very popular, like Octopath Traveler, like some of those cool ones. Very
So I nominated Sea of Stars because it is very much a love letter to the SNES era of JRPGs. So like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, that era. Particularly Chrono Trigger. The guest composer for this game, who's worked on Xenogears, as mentioned in the chat, also did music for like Chrono Cross as well. So they came back in for this game as well to do a few tracks, and they're all really good. The music in this game is also just gorgeous. The art style is great. The gameplay, the combat is really fun, and it really does feel like a modern version of these like JRPGs that I grew up, thinking were like the coolest games ever. So I loved it a lot. And it's very much the kind of the style of games that I'm really into right now. These sort of like callbacks to the past stylistically with a modern edge.
It looks like I will tell you till I die, I'm not a big 2D stan, but some of these games you guys nominated, I'm like, I might be after this. Like, seriously, it is so beautiful, and the music is really gorgeous. That's why I had the extended trailer, but seriously, so beautiful. But the last nomination was mine, and I did have a toss-up. I originally nominated something else, but after exploring Coral Island, and girl, when I tell you, I get lost in this game because there's so much to do, so it is very deserving of, it's so immersive. And another thing why I nominated it is because there's so many games nowadays that are continuing to create content with updates. There's other games that release their game in its early access and they keep creating. And I think those games, just because they go in early access and keep creating content and there isn't an official launch until later, definitely deserve some awards. I know there are so many games, like there's like Genshin, there's I know Towers Unite, so many games in early access that are not eligible because they haven't had an official release. So this game, it is in its 4th update. It's a major update, and they've added so much more with every update. Like, there is underwater exploration, there is farming, there's romance, there's pets, there's customization. It's like Sims, Stardew Valley, like all of those games bundled into one, because you can literally do so much in this game. It is crazy. So that's why I nominated it, and it is a great game. So if you guys are looking to get a game, I would definitely pick that up as well. But we have a winner, and the winner of the Game of the Year awards for the Indie Game Showcase Awards is going to Coral Island. Yes!
Yay.
I have a new love for this game. I am seriously so obsessed with it. There are so many hot guys. So
No, literally.
everybody can be queer. Everybody can be, you can do whatever romance you want. So I'm very excited to see this. Look at that guy. That guy's so hot.
Oh,
Like,
they're all hot. Please.
mermaids. There's so much to do. Like, there's so much. It's crazy. So thank you guys for picking this one for the winner. It's definitely going to be a remembered one. It is so gorgeous and fun. But thank you all so much for being here. We are going to close out the show, but not so quickly. I just want to have us plug what's going on in the near future. And I just want to thank you guys for coming and helping me with this passion project. So Lily, can you tell everybody where to find you and what's coming up?
Yeah, so all my socials are Lily Teal, except Twitter, but that's usually where I just shit post. But yeah, I stream on Twitch every Friday and Sunday. You'll see me on Friday for Froggy Fridays. That's why, honestly, people probably thought I was Kara's nominee for the Froggy game. But yeah, I stream on Twitch. I play games. I do crazy makeup. I also just started a drag mug series, and I will be including a lot of Stream Queen iconic mugs, as well as I have a podcast with my best friend called Doll and Twink. And yeah, you can find me basically everywhere. Just Lily Teal or Doll and Twink, and I hope to see you guys there. Thank you, Nam.
You're welcome. So happy to have you here.
Thank you
Fresh
for having me.
face and new bestie. We were
Mhm.
accompanying each other during the TwitchCon duration. So if we saw you, make sure you let us know, because I saw a lot of people but didn't get a follow-up, and I want to be able to follow you guys back. So love you guys that supported us at TwitchCon. But Kara, what's going on with you besides the Game Awards, but also plug the Game Awards because I'm very excited for it.
Yeah. So of course, this will be my 3rd official year as an official co-streamer for the Game Awards. I can't wait. We're doing a cute little Game Awards bingo this year because I'm in a bingo era with Shiny Frontier. So I'm excited to like just sit down, have like a little snack, and be cute and silly and celebrate this industry that we all love and often criticize. So I'm doing that, and then I'm also scaling back my shiny hunting efforts next year to be something a little more realistic, but something that will also give me more time to play more indie games on stream, because that's what I used to do when I first started out, and I really miss it.
There are lots of good like I literally want to buy every game we've showed off today. There are so many I want to play and stream. Definitely want to stream Thirsty Suitors. That looks incredible. So I'm very excited about that, and I'm excited for the Game Awards and our little get together, our little compilation we're going to be doing, because every year we are official co-streamers. I think this is my 3rd year as well. And yeah, it's just a good time. And funny you mentioned criticizing, because I think we definitely can do that. I think the big boys upstairs in the development studio can hear a little critique because they need to hear it. Let's be a little realistic here. So yeah, we're definitely going to be critiquing. And if you know me, I'm a complainer. I'm the complaining girl. So I'm going to be complaining during the Game Awards probably. Kiyoshi, please tell us what's going on with you and what exciting things you have going on.
Yeah, I am definitely. I'm waiting for my application for the Gaming Awards to come through. I got another email.
Oh, we all are too.
Okay, sorry. Well, I definitely want to cover it as well. I also be doing my best to complain in a way as well, because like it is important. You are right. It is important to like talk about these things that like are like that we don't like, and that how could they know to improve if we don't tell them.
Right.
So yeah, I basically I want to do that. I definitely, especially because of this that you put together, Nem, I definitely want to incorporate more indie games, especially to bring it here to the the Stream Queens Con Game Awards. And I mean, as same as Kara, like I missed playing indie games, because again, indie games really like have a special place, and like we could connect a lot more to them. And I would like to do that. Other than that, I'm currently in my collab era where I'm currently playing Lethal Company with friends, and it's nice because I get to scream.
And thank you all so much for being so stunning in our black and white glamour tonight. Thank you all so much for being part of the theme. I have lots of things coming up. I actually am doing the Game Awards next week, so stay tuned for that on twitch.tv/Nemesis Network, and we'll be co-streaming as we usually do. On top of that, I have an IRL gig, so if you're in the East Coast and can make it out to my show, I would love to see you over there in the IRL places. Also, we are going to be doing lots of FGC fighting game community content on my channel, and you can go over to my YouTube channel to watch all of the content over there. We're currently doing some Tomb Raider stuff. But if you guys want to follow all of us, use the dynamic follow right now to follow all of us. Use the clicky click on your screen to make sure you're following all of us. Stay up to date. And support trans people, non-binary people, queer creators here on the platform. We definitely need some more visibility. And if it's just a silent supporter, if you're a lurker or just liking the tweets and all of the stuff, it goes a long way for all of us. So we want to thank you and keep doing it. And we will see you next year for the Stream Queens Award Show Section 4. I know it's a little confusing, but we didn't do one the first year, so we're 1 year behind. But we're going to be doing one next year, and I hope to see you there with some more indie games. And we will see you guys later. Thank you so much for coming, and love you all. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.